What's going on, sports card hobby family? It is another day, another sports card video. Guys, we have made it to the end of the week. It is Friday. It's fall time. The leaves are falling off the trees. It's hot tub weather. We're getting to the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. It's a good time of year.
Here we go. Bye-bye.
See, Peter, he's too fast.
You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B.
I'm pressing B. He's too fast.
Today we're going to talk about how to set up your card collection in 2024. And I want feedback. I want feedback in the comments, so make sure that you get involved and let me know how you are going to do this. First, we got a few housekeeping notes to dive into. Thanks to today's video sponsor, Whatnot. They've got their virtual card show going on now. The biggest, 1,000 dealers, 500,000 cards on the Whatnot app. Maybe you're like, man, I want to get out to the card show, but it's freezing, or I don't want to drive, or I don't want to spend the money. You got a card show right there on your phone. Check it out. There's a link in the video description as well as in the pinned comments to get you to Whatnot. Also wanted to highlight the affiliate link that I get the most action on is SlabMags. And not only do they have products for your PSA slabs, look at that baby, and BGS, but also SGC. So for those vintage collectors out there that might not have heard of this yet, haven't dived in and checked this out, we're talking $20-25 for a killer way to display your cards, as well as UV protection. Keep that in mind, UV protection. Don't want these surfaces fading, all right? We don't want these surfaces fading. We don't want autographs fading. And so for a lot of people, myself included, displaying, maybe it's in your office, that's part of the fun. Yes, of course, you got stuff that's in cases and stuff that's packed away, but what's the fun in that? I mean, there's some things that you want to have out that you can just look at throughout the day and you're like, man, that's awesome. SlabMags provides a unique way to display, make them look awesome, as well as protect them. What are cards worth in those slabs if the slab is cracked or it's dinged, or you have to get it re-slabbed for whatever reason? Your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, they're bobbling it around, it falls down, it cracks. Then what? What, you want to send it into the company again and let them handle the card again? I don't. So definitely take advantage of the 10% off affiliate code in the video description as well as in the pinned comments. All right, I think I can speak for many of us that the big challenge when buying cards is, are we using our paycheck money or are we selling to then buy into something? And of course, it's always difficult when you're collecting a certain thing. You might not want to sell any of the things. And then you have to decide too, are you trying to level up to a specific card? So maybe you've got, for me, I collect Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Stranger Things cards. I finally kind of settled into my collecting base, my stuff. I still do have Hall of Fame autographs and I still do have a variety of other things, but it's mainly Brees, it's Brady, it's Stranger Things. And then I also collect graded video games, graded comic books, all sorts of stuff. So I've got a variety. There's a lot of things going on, but I've settled in as far as trading cards go, really settled in. I'm not impulse buying random things. I'm now locked in on very specific things, but it's taken me years to get there to do that. So for someone that might be new into the hobby or new-ish, I think a lot of it is just, man, there's so many cool things out there. There's so many great options, and it takes a little bit of time to figure out, man, what do you really like? Because you might buy into a certain thing of a particular player and then find something else. You might find another set where you're like, oh man, I love this set. I actually like this set better than the stuff I already have. Well, then what? Well, then of course, you're probably going to need to sell off that stuff. Unless you're able financially to add to those things, you want to keep it all. But I think many of us, the whole buy-sell element, it's more about, okay, if I want that thing, I need to sell off some of this stuff to be able to get into that thing. So I think as we get to the end of the year, it's a great time to really take stock in what you've got. All right, what do I have in my inventory? Your collection is also your inventory, if you think of it like that, because you can then turn it around. You can take it to a trade night. You can try to sell off parts of it to fund new things. And so what are we doing with the current inventory? What are the things that we want moving into 2024? Whether that be speculative stuff, new products that you're buying into. I've seen a lot of stuff recently that is interesting to me. People buying into Bowman U college products, unlicensed stuff, grading it quickly, and then selling it. Stuff that hasn't, guys that aren't out yet, Caleb Williams or Arch Manning. Obviously, CJ Stroud is the guy right now. He's everything. He's everything. He's the whole NFL. Everyone is buzzing about CJ Stroud, especially when you have guys like Josh Allen struggling, Joe Burrow struggling. And so you're seeing buzz for some of these other guys. But I thought that was interesting strategy and people kind of showing what they're doing with some of those college products, just grading them out quickly and selling them, as well as unlicensed stuff, Leaf mainly being popular. Speaking of Bowman, going back, let me throw throw out one more plug here. SGC currently has $9 grading for Bowman products 2022, 2023. $9 a card, and there's no minimums, there's no upcharges. It's just $9. You've got Wemby cards from Bowman, $9. Doesn't matter the declared value. It's $9. So check out SGC for that special going on now. I wanted to throw that in because I was talking about the Bowman stuff. I wanted to make sure that you all were aware of that special that SGC is running. So outside of looking to 2024, downsizing, consolidating, are there larger things that you want to move into? Or do you have a big card that you're like, do I really love this big card that much? Maybe I want to move into another card of equal value, or maybe you're trying to sell off and get into a bunch of other smaller things. That's another option. Another thing, though, too, that I think is critical is celebrate your wins. And what I mean by that is when I went into 2023, everyone has kind of an idea, collecting goals. What are some things, man? What are some pieces, some items that I really want to get? And then there's also things that pop up that you don't realize that you're going to be able to land. And I'm going to throw out a few of the ones that I had this year that didn't think I was going to be into. Didn't think that it was going to be possible. The first one being the Black Refractor Breeze rookie card that is autographed, the in-person autograph. And for me, check out that SlabMag. Check out the gold SlabMag on that thing. But for me, this is the best Breeze collectible on the planet. I know that everyone's going to say, like, oh my God, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather just have the regular card. That card was never meant to be signed, blah, 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 whatever. This is a very unique card. There's not one quite like it. There's not another Black Refractor number 200 that is signed by Breeze. And then you've got the inscription, Cool Breeze. This is one of those cards that popped up and it was like, I've got to move mountains to get this card. And I think there's, for you all too, there's probably cards like that to where there's stuff that just pops up and you're like, man, I have got to get that card no matter what. Because you might not see it. You might not have that option again. And for this card in particular, there was not going to be another option. There's not another one exactly like that one. Next up, I collect Stranger Things cards. This is one I did not think I was going to be able to get into. Was able to swing a deal with actually Aaron at Slab Stocks had this card, and we were able to make a deal on it. And this is the 2018 Millie Bobby Brown 11 autograph card. It's numbered to 10. So the only other card that's more rare than this one is the 1/1 gold that's never surfaced. And so again, as I was kind of collecting Stranger Things cards, I was aware of this card. I'd seen it pop up. I've only seen a couple of these pop up. I know it's numbered out of 10, but I've only ever seen, there's 3 and I've got one of them. I think I was going to be able to get that one. One target I had going into the year was the Bart Starr rookie card. And this was one that was kind of like, I am getting this card this year. I'm going to find a copy that I like. I was looking for a 6. And just lucked out to where the SGC 4 actually looks to me to be better than a lot of the 6s that I was seeing. If you look at the centering on this 4 and also the surface, which I prioritize over other things, edges and corners, that's fine. That means it's not trimmed. That's what it means to me. The card wasn't trimmed. I want good registration, good coloring, and good centering. And that's what I got with this one. So it was just really a no-brainer. And so just another cool card I thought I'd throw in there, but my first 2012 parallel. And if you know, from 2012 Prism, there's just not that many options. Now with Prism parallels, there's every color in the rainbow, eel skin, and all the rest of it. Back then, it was literally like gold out of 10. There was a 1/1. The red Prism die cut, what I've got here, there's just very few. There's only 4 parallels, I think, going back to 2012. And so anyway, I think that's the main point, is just celebrating the wins along the way, because we're always on to the next thing. It's kind of like any goal that we have in life, I feel like. It's whether it's, weight training, or if it's professional, or it's money, or whatever the case is, whatever that goal is, once you attain it, then it's like, okay, I'm on to the next goal. What's the next goal? Without actually taking the time and just thinking like, damn, I had a really good year. Picked up some nice pieces. Yes, I had to get rid of some things to make that happen, but all in all, I'm happier in my collecting life. And I think that's where we round out to the end of the year. It's time for that. It's house cleaning. Okay, what do we need to do to kind of ramp up 2024 to make our collection the best that it's going to look for 2024? And then, of course, at the end of 2024, it'll be 2025 like, oh man, there's all these other cool things I want.
You take the card and put it in the sleeve.
And that's how the game goes. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.